Hello, my name is Aladdin. I'm from the project Ease, and this video is going to show you how to set up the web server and then use the iOS client to communicate. So first of all, what you have to do is to create a MySQL database thanks to something like MOMP, WAMP, LAMP, or any other stuff you have. Then when you have your IDs of MySQL, you need to go to Webserver on the config folder in connection.js. Here you have a little structure called local MySQL where you have to put your ID. You can put any database name you want, but you have to use a MySQL database. So when this is done, you have to launch the Webserver. So go to Atos IT on the Webserver, and you just have to type sales lift. So now we have to fill our database with some data. So here I'm going to use Postman to do some HTTP request thanks to the REST API. You can get this collection from the iOS doc, the EASE doc. Here you have data import Postman, with a bunch of collection URL that you can use to get this. So first of all, we're going to create a new user. So go to sign up, type in your username and your password. Aladdin. All right, so now we're going to sign in. Go to user sign in. Aladdin. All right, we are now logged in. So now what we have to do is to create a bunch of agents. And basically an agent is a connected device, and so we have to create an agent and an agent behavior, which is a small application that will represent an agent and how it can act or how it can respond to tasks. So go to agent behavior. We are going to create 3 agent behaviors. So oven, rice cooker, and then rice cooker 2. Okay, so the 3 IDs we got here, we need to remember them for the next step. So we got 1 for the oven, 2 ID equals 2 for rice cooker, and 3 for rice cooker 2. So now we will go to agents to now add some agents and link them to their behavior. So we are going to add a user with the behavior of 1, which means oven, called John Doe. So we have somebody who acts like an oven. All right, let's do this for this one. This one. Okay, we got the oven here, and also microwave that acts like an oven. Okay, by the way, our 3 agent behaviors here can be found in Webserver API agent behaviors. Those 3 files represent the agent behavior and how an agent can respond to tasks. Now we are going to add some ingredients to our main user. So go to ingredients. So here we're going to add some chicken, some water, and salt to the ingredients of the user, which is you. And now we can finally add the recipe. A recipe is called a meta workflow. A meta workflow is some kind of template for any recipe you want. But for this demonstration, we're going to use only recipes. So a meta workflow is some kind of template, a skeleton of how a certain task can be made and can be performed. So after we have an algorithm that will be able to put the best agent for each task in this meta workflow according to the schedule. So go to meta workflow create. We're going to add this new meta workflow. All right, so this meta workflow has been added. So basically now everything is set up, so we can now generate workflows and validate them. To generate, you have to go to create workflow here. Here you have a bunch of options that you can look at. The documentation is on how to use arrange time new.js. Here you can see what those parameters are referring to. So now, yeah, I've just asked the server to generate a couple of workflows. So we have 4 different way of doing the meta workflow we provide. Now, if I want to validate one of them of the workflow, I need to go to workflow generate here, validate, and here I need to put the index. This index is the index of the workflow I want to add in the array. So if I generate another, right, so here I have 4. So this one is ID 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So I'm going to validate the number 0. Alright, it's been validated. You've seen everything from with Postman. Now we are going to use the iOS client. Here it is. First of all, be sure that the is address is set up at the top. So for me it's localhost. The port is 1337. Just log in with your IDs. Alright, so we have nothing today. Actually, we have something on the 1st of May. That is what we asked on the create workflow here. We asked for the 1st of May. So you can look at the workflow here. You see that we need salt, chicken, water, onion, but the user only has those 2 ingredients. Alright, so now we are going to ask the server to generate a bunch of workflows from the iOS client. So go to, tap on the plus button on the top right corner. Here you are going to type your query. The query will be processed thanks to a library called wit. Unfortunately, we haven't had the time to train it properly, so it won't respond to everything. But you can basically write something like cook a chicken at noon. So the server found just 4 workflows, sorry. So we can take this one, for example. Alright, let's click on done to validate this workflow. Alright, so now this workflow is here. Yeah, we asked at noon, so the workflow is here on the 25th of April. So basically, yeah, you can look at your tasks just by clicking at it. Have a bunch of details on how to perform a certain kind of task. You also can tap this plus button to look at all the subtasks of this particular workflow. So now we are going to trigger a specific task. So first of all, you need to open a new browser and go to localhost oven.html to load the oven, and the same for the microwave because we are going to use both of them. You can go to menu and then task. Here you can see all the tasks that can be triggered now. So this one can be triggered. So let's do this. Let's do start. It's made by a user, so he can push the done button whenever he wants. So yeah, it's done. Alright, we're going to do this one. Alright, so now we can do whatever we want between the oven here or the microwave here. So I'm going to trigger this task, and so the microwave here will just turn on. Yeah, so it's turning on. have a bunch of minutes here to wait. We're going to trigger the oven at the same time. So the oven is on. Whenever I want, I can stop a task here, stay done. So this one is finished. And so we can wait also for this one. So here is our task. You have the check mark to say that this particular task is finished. Yeah, this one is still working here. Here I can just turn off for a minute and then launch again, so the tasks will continue. And finished. So that's it. That was easy. I hope you'll be able to test it and to launch it without any issue. Thank you very much. Goodbye.